All right, we're all done.
No, I
Got it. We're doing it a little differently, but okay, we're all done. We've divided the matzah up. We're back?
I'm sorry.
That's all right. We've divided the matzah up, and now we're going to turn to page 9, and we're going to tell the story about going out of Egypt.
Abba, the Abar Kushiyot.
Excuse me?
Abba Kushiyot.
Arba Kushiyot. Well, I was going to tell the story of...
Abba Kushiyot.
I don't know what she's talking about. You know what she's talking about?
Full of questions.
It means that you are supposed to ask her for her to ask you the 4 questions.
Thank you. Now I forgot that. Okay, well, I'd like to ask you to ask me 4 questions. Will you ask the 4 questions?
What are you going to go to do?
Okay, go do your thing. Thank you, Lori. Lori? You're fine. Lori? I forgot. She's right. I memorize the script. Can you say Manishtada at all? Would you like to try a little bit? She only goes a little way, but we're going to see how far she can go with it. Just make sure it's nice and loud and clear so Papa can hear you. That's 2 out of 4.
Yeah. Great. All right, Laurie.
Thank you very much.
Very.
We're going to wait until next year to hear the other 2, Laurie.
Now, Papa, if you'll focus your camera on your own chair for a moment, and just turn your camera to your own chair and have a seat. We have a little treat for you.
Oh, God.
Big tongue on the screen now.
There you go. He's turning the camera in his own chair.
Where the
So
hell is
shooting
it?
yourself in the foot.
All right, whatever I get, I'll get. Well, hello there.
All right.
Papa, ik wil de vragen voor de 4 kastjes.
Vraag mich eens 4 kastjes.
מה נשתנה הלילה הזה מכל הלילות, מכל הלילות, שבכל הלילות אנו אוכלים חמץ ומצה, חמץ ומצה. הלילה הזה כולו מצה. הלילה הזה כולו מצה. שבכל הלילות אנו אוכלים שאר ירקות, שאר ירקות. הלילה הזה מרור, מרור. הלילה הזה מרור, מרור. שבכל הלילות אין אנו מפעילים אפילו פעם אחת, אפילו פעם אחת. הלילה הזה שתי פעמים. הלילה הזה שתי פעמים. שבכל הלילות אנו אוכלים בין יושבינו ובין מסובין, בין יושבינו ובין מסובין. הלילה הזה כולנו מסובין.
Get on that. Very, very good. All right. All right. Now we will do.
How great. Papa gets his earful this time.
No, go back over there, and I'll meet you at Murray's station. How do you think? It's easy to keep shooting this thing around? We will make it different. Alright. Here we go.
She is the camera. Just roll it.
Go big. Next year, you'll ask 5 questions.
We're now up to 10 questions already.
Now, next year, he's going to ask 5. Where's my check for the testament?
Where's my check? You don't?
All right.
Well, very good. Very good.
Very nice.
We're on page 9, line 7. Ready? Yeah. We're all going to sing together, I hope. Dayenu, the power of Mitzrayim, the Mitzrayim. Avadim, Dayenu, the power of Mitzrayim, the Mitzrayim. Avadim, Dayenu, the power of Mitzrayim, the Mitzrayim. I know.
Can you round to this?
Pardon?
Can you round?
No, not really right. Would you care to read for us in English, though, since you're speaking anyway? Please. Let's start with We Were Slaves. This is a very interesting part of the story because it actually tells the story.
We were slaves of Pharaoh in Egypt, and the eternal our God brought us out from there with a strong hand and an outstretched arm. Now if God had not brought out our forefathers from Egypt, then even we, our children and our children's children, might still have been enslaved to Pharaoh in Egypt. Therefore, even were we all wise, all men of understanding, and even if we were all old and well learned in the Torah, it should still be our duty to tell the story of the departure from Egypt. And the more one tells of the departure from Egypt, the more he is to be praised. Shall I continue? Please. It is told that Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Joshua, Rabbi Elazar, the son of Azariah, Rabbi Akiva, and Rabbi Tarfon sat all night in Ben Barak telling the story of the departure from Egypt. Towards morning, the students came to tell them that it was time for the morning prayers. Rabbi Elazar, the son of Azariah, said, "Here I am, a man of 70 years, yet I did not understand why the story of the departure from Egypt should be told at night, until Ben Zoma explained it. The Bible commands us, saying that you may remember the day of your going out from Egypt all the days of your life." Ben Zoma explained that the days of your life might mean only the days. All the days of your life includes the nights also. The other sages, however, explain it in this way. The days of your life refers to this world only, but all the days of your life also includes the time of the Messiah. Blessed is God who gave the Torah to his people, Israel. Blessed is he. The Torah speaks about 4 sons, one who is wise, one who is contrary, one who is simple, and one who does not even know how to ask a question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Murray, I saved something for you for tonight.
Yes?
Go back to that page 9, the answer, the third word, slaves.
Yes.
Most people, when you say the word slave to them, their mind, and we've had it happen in this country where they think of the blacks that were slaves. That is not the slavery our people had. We were like bondsmen. There was a difference. They lived, they had families, they had their own homes, but they were bound by, as bondsmen, as we used to remember in history in this country. Some women would come over as bonds girls for the purpose of marrying. There was bonds men and so on. That's not slave.
Right.
All right, so
What do they call them? What are they, indentured servants? Isn't that what they were called? Is that right?
similarly, they were there because they were under a bond, the same as
Okay.
the children of Israel were bonded to God's word.
Right.
All right?
Right.
What do you give me for security? You'll keep my Torah. This is the children at Sinai. That's made a bond. Father Abraham had a bond, and so forth. No, well, there's 3 or 4. But in this case, I always like to refer to that word. Not slave as we knew it, the whip and this, you know what I mean? It was different. Okay.
That probably gives good support to the idea that when we say we were slaves, that we are slaves. In many ways, we still are in those terms. Because we're still in
This is true until that's where you find where it says, and there arose a Pharaoh that knew not Joseph. That's when the change took place.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Can I read this?
Where's that at now?
Richard, look up and
What page is that on, Richard?
Page 10.
Page 10? Is that the wise sons? Yeah, hang on just a moment, okay? What we have here is a carryover from several years ago, but I thought it would be interesting to see it because in the middle of it, I believe on page 12, it tells the story in very simple terms for the children's sake. And maybe the children would in fact read parts of it. Is everybody on page 12 with the funny looking pharaoh?
No. No. I don't want one.
Oh, sorry, they're going to sit over here. Some pages have numbers and some don't.
Did we get crayons?
You can't crayon.
I already asked.
I wanted markers.
Some of them are crayon. Some of them are colored.
Do you not have page 12?
Yes.
No, use this one and I'll share it with Dayenu.
For the children. Suffer you elders unto the children.
Do you have one?
Debbie, is that extra one down there?
Yeah, but it doesn't have page 12 in it.
Does that have page 1?
Jenny,
Oh, yours is already covered.
do you have the picture of Pharaoh there?
Yes.
Would you begin reading for us, please?
Should I read this right here?
Uh-huh.
Or this right
Yeah. Go ahead.
here? The Jewish people in the land of Egypt. A long time ago, a mean king ruled the land of Egypt. He was called Pharaoh. The Jewish people in the land of Egypt. A long time ago, a mean king
Oh, you got both pages.
I've got 2 of each page.
You got the missing,
And then you're
you don't
missing
have-
this one here. This must have been the extras that we had before.
Well, you see, they left Egypt very quickly and they didn't have time to see the picture.
Alright.
The Jewish people who lived in Egypt were slaves. They had to work very hard building cities and places for Pharaoh. While they worked, they sang songs to make their work easier. Let us pretend we are working and singing with them.
Rich?
Yeah.
Richard, would you read on the next page about Pharaoh?
Pharaoh was
especially mean to the Jewish children. One day, a mother whose name was
Yochebed.
Yochebed hid her baby boy in a basket and put the basket in the river so Pharaoh wouldn't find him. Yochebed told the baby's sister Miriam to watch over him. Pharaoh's daughter, the princess, came down to the river to swim. She saw the basket floating in the river and found the baby. She decided to take him home to the palace. Mary called the princess and asked if she needed a nurse for the baby. The princess said yes. Mary ran home and told her mother. Yocheved agreed to take care of the baby. Pharaoh's daughter named the baby Moses. In Hebrew, his name means she brought him out of the water.
Moses became a grown man who went out for a walk and saw the Jewish slaves working hard for Pharaoh. He was one of the Pharaoh's helpers. He saw one of the Pharaoh's helpers hitting the Jewish man. Moses got very angry and hit him back. He didn't like a country where people were mean to the Jews, so he left Egypt and became a shepherd in a faraway land. One day Moses was taking care of sheep when he saw a burning bush. He heard a voice come from the bush. It was the voice of God. God told Moses to go back to Egypt and to free the Jewish people and take them away from cruel Pharaoh.
Thank you.
Moses went back to Egypt.
Hello. Thank you. Moses went back to Egypt, and he went to see Pharaoh and told him what, Rory?
Let my people go.
All right. But Pharaoh refused to listen, and he said again,
Let my people go.
all right, all right. Okay.
Oh, Master who heads the Seder, I have a report to make.
Yes.
He who's missing a page, I got two of every kind.
Yeah, Brady, 5 cents you can have a copy.
This one's got two of every
Two of
kind.
everything.
No wonder God had it.
Okay, on the page with Pharaoh sitting at his throne and Moses with his staff talking to him, let's sing a song about what happened when Moses went to see Pharaoh. This is a song only one of us knows at the moment. Do you remember it at all? Go ahead and try. This is like from 3 years ago. Okay, oh listen. Go ahead. Oh listen, oh listen, oh listen, King Pharaoh.
Oh listen, please let my people go. They want to go away, they work hard all day. King Pharaoh, what do you say? No, 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 I will not let them go. No, 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 I will not let them go.
Very good. All right, Jenny, on page 18, what happens now? Do we have a page 18?
We can find it.
This is fun.
I got two.
So you can take 40 years.
God was angry with Pharaoh and punished him 10 times. Some of the punishments were flies ate up all the food, the sun didn't shine for many days, and there was only darkness. There was a great storm with thunder and hail. And one day Pharaoh woke up and there were frogs all over the place. Let us sing a song about the morning Pharaoh found the frog. One morning when Pharaoh woke in his bed, there were frogs in his bed and frogs on his head. Frogs on his nose and frogs on his toes. Frogs here, frogs there, frogs were jumping everywhere.
Okay, Richard.
Yeah, that's it.
But Pharaoh still wouldn't let the Jews go. God brought even more terrible punishments upon the Egyptians. Finally, Pharaoh told Moses to take the Jews out of Egypt. The people got ready very quickly. They didn't have time to bake bread. Instead, they put raw dough in their bags, and the sun baked it into hard crackers called matzah. They followed Moses out of Egypt.
In our Haggadah on page 12, if you would raise your cup
Thank you.
of wine, but hold your spot in the other one too.
That's the Pharaoh.
Are they supposed to be filled?
Yeah, we
gotta have some more.
Oh, we need to restock.
We missed it along the way.
Huh?
We missed it along the way.
Are we back in our regular gutter?
We missed what now?
We missed the wine pouring part.
Oh, I see.
Mary,
Yes,
let me caution.
yes.
Some of the people sitting here is drinking the grape juice like with their water at the table.
Yeah.
You're supposed to drink it at specific times,
Oh,
you
yeah.
see? And so therefore, those that know what I'm talking about don't do it, except when the brook is made. And then if you want to sip water, sip water.
Okay.
I see nothing wrong with what we're doing, but we don't want to create a bigger.
Okay.
Next thing you know, we'll change just like.
There you go. Read
So
those glasses here.
So we don't pay.
Not yet. No.
No, not at this end at the moment, but this is it.
This is all grape juice down there.
The frogs were jumping up his nose.
You know what she found? The first curse was right there. We had to get rid of it, right? Fly. The little fly, remember the little hemp?
We're all set here? Okay, on page 12 at the top, please, in English it says, "This promise made to our forefathers holds true also for us today. For more than once have they risen against us to destroy us. In every generation they rise against us and seek our destruction. But the Holy One, blessed be He, saves us from their hands." If you'll raise your glasses in Hebrew, please. Vahi she'amda la'avosenu v'lanu shalom echad bilvod amad olenu la'chalosenu elo shepo dor v'dor onim olenu la'chalosenu hakadosh baruch hu matzilenu neodam. Adam is blood, isn't it? Okay. And on page 15 in the Haggadah, we just got through talking about the plagues, the flies that ate up the food, and what else do we have? Frogs here and there and everywhere. And we have tiny little forks. These little forks here were selected as our tool for dispensing with the wine. Isn't that cute?
Are we using this anymore, Patty?
Just like great.
This is what you call a color fork.
Is this the template?
No, it's just three of the colors. Small and that. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, however you like.
4 pieces of corn.
Turn around. Turn around.
Oh, with this you can like actually do it at a time.
Gee, Michael. I'm going to ask the children to lead us in the Richard in particular being the oldest of the children here. On line 11, we're going to spill 3 drops of wine. Go ahead, Richie. Dum. The Simra.
Good problem.
And on the next page, go through all 10 of these. I'm glad they didn't happen to us. Go ahead, Richie. Dum. Of course, just to dwell on the point further, it says that Rabbi Yehuda decided that it would also be a good idea to talk about the 10 plagues by their initials, and we have on page 17, Datsa, Adash, Ahad. So 3 new words hit the Hebrew dictionary, huh? Very good. Excuse me, on page 20. 21. On page 21 in our little reader. Go ahead, Susan. Did we read on page 21?
Yeah.
Did we read on page 20? That's what I thought. Okay.
When they got to the sea, Moses held up his walking stick, and the sea opened. The people went across on the dry land and came to the desert. The Jews were very happy to be saved from cruel Pharaoh. Moses told them We celebrate Pesach every year to remind them that once they were slaves in Egypt, but God helped them become free. That is why we celebrate today. Let us sing a song thanking God that He brought the Jews out of the land of Egypt. Dayenu.
Thank you. On page 19 in our Haggadah. Amen. Richie and Jenny. Okay.
Would you like to do Dayenu with us?
Richie and Jenny.
Okay.
Would you? Come on, Reggie. Do sport. You learned it in school.
Yeah.
Dayenu.
Dayenu, 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 Dayenu.
Hey!
Wow.
All right. Very good. What a course. What a course.
Incredible. Makes the job very easy. Very nice.
We doubled ice cream here. Last sentence we doubled.
My name one of them. No, right on cue.
You have time on your mic?
See, but
What?
look, we say
Okay.
this line twice. Later,
Okay, on, sit down, please. We're going to go to the Haggadah on page 21, please. As Bob noted last night, Rabbi Gamliel used to say, whoever does not explain the following three symbols at the Seder and Passover has not fulfilled his duty. And I'm not going to be the one to do that, so we're going to point out the three of them. Lori is going to point to the matzah. But are we going to do the matzah first? Sure we are. First we're going to talk about the Passover. We're going to do the Passover offering first. I knew that.
I think that.
Okay. And the Passover offering is which of these funny things here? What is that?
the
Oh,
charbroiled
for
chicken.
Mrs. Losers? Okay.
Charbroiled chicken.
That is terrible. What is the Passover? You going to tell me about that one? Okay. He's going to tell us about the Passover offering and why we even have that. What is it for?
Because when it was killing of the firstborn of the Egyptians, we put blood on our door, and that's why we had the Passover offering, because the blood on our door reminded us that Hashem went over us.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about. We put blood on our doors for what reason?
So I'm sorry, because it was so Hashem, they knew.
So that Hashem knew which houses were Jewish houses and which were not.
He
Is that
went
what
over
you're meaning?
them. He went over
Okay,
them.
so this is really related to the 10th plague then, the killing the firstborn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's why we have the shank though. Very good. The next one is the matzah, and I believe she can tell us about the matzah, right? Can you tell us why we eat the matzah?
Because before, when the Jews were going to leave Egypt, the dough didn't have enough time to rise,
Huh?
so when they took it out, it was not.
We didn't have enough time. See, a couple of years ago, one of my children told me that there was so little time to go shopping. How did they say? So little time to go shopping that when they went to the bakery, all they had left were 7 rye and 4 pumpernickel, and that's why today we only eat 11 bread. 11 bread. But I think the matzah makes more sense the way you explained it, Jenny. All right. And then finally,
He said it would be different. He said it'd be different.
okay. And then there's the bitter herbs, Richard. Can you tell us about the bitter herbs?
It's the bitter times the slaves had. When the Jews had, when they were building and they were enslaved, they had like lots of hard times.
So that's what these symbols are all about. Very good. Very good.